Christopher,
What is up?
what is going on? Welcome back.
Yes, it's been a long time.
It's been a minute.
It has been a minute, and yeah, we're gonna get some predictions going. We're gonna talk about the upcoming weekend. It's gonna be exciting.
This has been a busy summer. We really haven't done too many shows, but this is our third summer actually doing this. And typically, we kind of just sort of kind of take a step back and, you know, get ourselves give ourselves a summer break and kind of hang out. But it's been a busy summer, June and July, very busy for us. We're still working out the kinks with the podcast, with the Spotify, having an issue there. So we got some things going on, some ideas swirling for the future. But yeah, man, it's good to have you back on. But Chris, you know how we always do. We start the show right away with a little bit of intro music. So let's get it going.
Let's go.
Bear with me 1 second here. We still got people coming in. Okay, that is very interesting.
What's going on? We don't have our intro.
I can't even find our intro. Where did our intro go? Oh boy. What am I gonna do here? So really quick, but before we jump into predictions,
Yeah,
how do you feel about the new takeover with Triple H?
I feel good about it. I think a lot of people feel good about it. You know what I mean? I haven't watched wrestling live in a very long time. But specifically WWE, actually. But I mean, like, he's bringing people back that people wanted back. He's, doing all these, TV 14, which I don't think was his choice, but he's like working with that. Storylines are better, promos are better, matches are better, things mean more, and that's what people want in wrestling.
I know, like, don't you feel like everything is like made important right now?
Yes, that's what you want.
And there hasn't been any rematches or anything like that.
No.
Like I'm not seeing the same match after match. Like I'm not seeing the same match week after week after week, which is amazing. I feel like they've been the whole wrestling world's buzzing. But you know what? Are you ready to start the prediction show?
I am. Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Are you ready?
Agility from the champion. Oh, deep six! That could be it. Delivers this deep six.
This is the Aftermath Pro Wrestling Podcast, bringing forth AEW All Out and WWE Clash at the Castle prediction show. We are going to tell you what we think is going to happen this weekend. And we got some big stuff, and we got some stuff that we've been predicting for 2 years. We've been predicting certain stuff for 2 years that is finally probably going to come to play this Saturday. And I'm excited. So, as right before we hit the song, WWE is doing such an amazing job right now. They have stolen the headlines. Even in AEW's storyline with CM Punk right now kind of drew a little bit more attention back, but WWE has stolen the headlines the last 2 months. Everybody's happy in the locker room. Everybody's raving. USA Network is happy. The ratings are up 1 million views. Like literally, WWE was lucky that they can get over like a 1.1, 1.2 Raw rating, and now they're averaging over 2 the last couple of weeks. They're going the right direction. The product is fresh. They're not doing anything repetitive. They're bringing back some guys. I am very excited. Watching 3 hours of Raw is becoming a lot easier nowadays to get through. And AEW's got some answering back to do. I have a feeling the competition is going to be there, but is AEW really competition? No, I don't know. I would say as long as they stay in their lane, they'll be a successful company. But yeah, WWE is taking the headlines. I'm very excited. I got tickets to Survivor Series. I'm gonna be up in Boston.
I went to Survivor Series last year, and it wasn't that great.
No. Survivor Series has not been good for the last 5 years. That was in Brooklyn. The funny thing is, I was at a wedding that day. We were considering going straight to Survivor Series. It started at 8:00. The wedding was basically done by like 7 with the reception and everything. So we were thinking about going right to Brooklyn after that, but because we were excited about the Charlotte Becky feud that was going on, and that was really the only exciting thing about last year's Survivor Series, because there was like probably not real heat, but there was probably some. But there's definitely a rivalry there, and there's probably some animosity in real life, for whatever reason. But in the end, I think they're very close. But anyhow, that was really the only reason to watch Survivor Series. WWE has not put any effort into Survivor Series whatsoever the last couple of years. It used to be a major top 5, and now like everybody considers the major 4, just major 4 pay-per-view. They don't even count Survivor Series as like the 5th pay-per-view, but now they will. I think they will. I think Triple H is going to put effort into this Survivor Series this year, and I feel like they're already subtly building to Survivor Series, like with certain alliances with the Street Profits and who's that tag team that just came back? The rapper, with the girl on SmackDown. They were with what's that?
Hit Row.
Yes. So like they're already starting to align. Like I see like different alliances, like with tag teams that potentially are maybe they're subtly building the Survivor Series. But I wouldn't be surprised if like Street Profits and Hit Row are going to be a tag team in an elimination match on the same team. Book that. I guarantee you that's happening. I'm telling you right now, it's probably happening. But I feel like they're subtly building the Survivor Series already, which I'm excited about. Going to be live in Boston. Cannot wait. And it's a Saturday night too, which is odd, but whatever. WWE seems like they're moving to Saturday night pay-per-views for like this is becoming habitual now.
And I'm kind of liking it.
I like it.
It gives people they don't have to like worry about watching it late on a Sunday and having to wake up early for work on a Monday. Instead, they can watch it late on a Saturday and sleep in on a Sunday.
Exactly. As you know, most Sundays I don't get the luxury of sleeping in.
Yes.
In fact, most Sundays I get up like 6:30 in the morning, sometimes 7:30. If I'm lucky. But anyway, that Sunday I'll be off. So I'll be sleeping over in Boston that night and or I don't know, we'll figure that out. But can't wait. But in order to get to Survivor Series, we got to get to Clash of the Castle first. Before we start predicting, guys, those of you guys that are about to watch, make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. So this way you get all the prediction shows, the post shows, and whatever good stuff that we do. The review shows, our podcast episodes, which are also available on iTunes, Spotify, and also check out Back Sports page for our wrestling links for the YouTube videos and whatever sports that you like, as we are sponsored by them. So make sure you guys check out backsportspage.com. But let's get it started. We're gonna talk. Let's start with the Clash. We're gonna start with the undercard of the Clash first. So I was actually very close to going to this pay-per-view that's going to be in London,
Okay.
in Cardiff. I was very close. I was in Vegas for All Out. I'm sorry, Double or Nothing, and that was quite a bit of money and what have you. So I kind of felt it would have been reckless to book the London trip so close. So I opted out. So anyway, I was close to this. My buddy who lives in London was going to get me a ticket, but I told him in advance, I really can't make it this time. I guarantee you, WrestleMania is coming to London. Give it a couple years. Let's just say maybe 3 to 4 years or so.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I don't think they wait till like WrestleMania 50 or anything like that. I believe by WrestleMania 45, which is only 5 years from now, 6 years. Okay, so by then, I think we will have already seen a WrestleMania or about to see a WrestleMania, which I'm very excited about. I will definitely go to London for a WrestleMania for sure. They deserve it. I mean, after all, those London fans always come to every WrestleMania that we have anyway. So,
fan in the UK.
UK is great. Some of the best fans in the world, just absolutely in the world.
They're passionate.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So all right, we're gonna talk WWE Clash of the Castle first, and we got Figure Smash. How you doing, man? Good to have you on. Feel free to drop your thoughts about what you think is going to happen at Clash of the Castle this Saturday at 1 p.m., which is cool because after the show's over, right around 4 or 5, I get to meet up with my buddies out on the beach and just chill for the rest of the evening. So I'm digging a pay-per-view in the afternoon and then have the evening to myself. When we do the post show, I haven't decided yet. But anyway, so we're talking WWE Clash of the Castle, and a pretty decent built up. We know the main event's been built up for a while, which we'll get to in a little bit. 6 matches on the card, and which is different.
So far, or is that it?
As of now, that's it. Unless they add something, which on Smackdown, and I didn't even read any spoilers, but quite possibly they could add another match or so to that as a result of anything that may go down tomorrow. Again, I haven't watched any of the results, but at least going into today, or yesterday rather. Was it today? I don't even remember. Sheamus versus Gunther may steal the show. I expect that to be a car crash.
Yeah.
That is absolutely happening.
What else would you expect by them?
What happened?
I said, what else would you expect by them? I think they're both great, and they'll definitely do some good wrestling together.
Yeah, I think they could have a good match. It's going to be different. It's going to be the first time that we're seeing them go at it. But let's get to it. You know what? Let's start there. It's Continental Championship match. Gunther versus Sheamus. This one is a tough one to call for a reason. Sheamus is Triple H's boy. So I'm not too sure. I mean, it's possible that the belt can go, in my opinion, can go on to Sheamus, but I'm going to say 30% chance, which is not terrible. I'm going to say 30% though, that belt changes. Gunther, formerly known as Walter, is basically UK's hometown boy from him wrestling in Progress for such a long time. So yeah, I mean, I have to agree with you that I think Gunther is retaining. he just got this belt about 2 months ago, if that. So I think I gotta go Gunther here for that reason. I do expect this match to be a car crash for sure, absolutely. And I think they're gonna do some good storytelling. I'm not too sure if I expect the most high flying technical match, so I think you got to go with the car crash and just like really stiff match to get this match to go off. I think this goes 20 minutes. What do you think?
20 minutes would be nice. I know they
15 to 20.
I know they could do it. You know what I mean?
So here's the thing. This is going to be it's a stadium show. So you know they're not going any less than 3 hours. This is going to be a 3 to 3.5 hour show for sure. I don't think they go 4, but I think 3.5 is probably where they do it. And with Triple H booking, he never overbooks the amount of matches for whatever reason. He always books like 6 matches on average. Sometimes he's booked an NXT takeover for 5 matches. Rarely I've ever seen him book 7 matches. But anyhow, so a lot of these matches are going to be given extra time.
Yeah.
So that's going to happen. But what do you think? Who do you think goes over?
So yeah, I mean, like you're saying, like you think it's like a 70-30. I can agree with 70-30. I do think Gunther is gonna retain the title, but like there is the good reason for Sheamus to win because the Intercontinental title has been the only title he hasn't won to become Grand Slam champion. And I think that is a big reason why people could possibly be leaning towards Sheamus winning. But, then again, I mean, like, I think Gunther is more of a fan favorite in that area. Mainly because of all of the stuff that they've seen him do in NXT UK, which is no longer a thing as of now. I don't know if you heard about that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Sheamus has been here for so long. I feel like it's, one of those other things. Like I feel like I say it a lot. Like the older guy putting over the new guy. One of those things. But then again, like you said, it's going to be a car crash. They're going to hit each other very hard. It's going to be very physical. And I think that they can walk out with and possibly having match of the night or, the sleeper match of the night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know what? You got to give Gunther that big win. I will consider this a pretty big win. You got to give him that win, give him that feather on the cap, add more legitimacy there. Especially if Gunther is going to be a guy that you're going to be building as one of your main heels, and I believe he's going to be a main heel eventually. No doubt in my mind, I believe he's going to be a WWE title holder, main title holder, for sure. So you kind of have to build towards that, and you need to give Sheamus that win there. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Gunther's got it.
Yeah, I think you got to go Gunther here. I mean, he's new to the roster.
I think his run, like looking at his run as NXT UK champion, like how many days he's held that, like who knows what he's going to do with the IC title if he's going to stay pretty dominant. Just alone, he doesn't even need the rest of. Well, I mean, he only has one guy now. What is his new name? I don't even know.
Well, he's got Ridge Holland behind him, and he's got Butch
Gunther with the old Imperium guy. I don't know what they changed his name to.
Oh, that's Sheamus. My bad.
Sorry.
Kaiser.
Yeah, whatever his name is, Kaiser. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like, I don't think he's really like. I don't think he would be important enough to help him be as dominant as he was in NXT UK than him and who's now It's like he's the Italian guy. He changed his name too. They used to be Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel. That's how I know.
Yeah.
And
Eichner has to come back.
They were like pretty dominant altogether. Even when they had
They're awesome.
Even when they had what the other guy that was in Sandy, Alexander Wolf, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah,
They
he came in after.
They were like all really dominant, and that's
Yeah.
what like Walter was the leader. He was the NXT UK champion. Like they ran that division. Now it's just Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser on SmackDown. You know what I mean? I feel like we're losing a little bit of, stage down, and even taking a loss of Sheamus is, you're technically different. You're different people. You're different workers. Like, it's I don't know. I still think Gunther's gonna win. It's gonna be a good match. I'm excited to watch it. We'll see what happens.
No, for sure. Okay, so I'm not too sure if this is a bold prediction, but we've been predicting this for 2 years now. Edge and Rey Mysterio versus Judgment Day. I got Judgment Day winning with Dominic Mysterio turning on Edge and Mysterio. And I have that happening this Saturday at the Clash. Judgment Day wins. Dominic Mysterio turns. Finally joins Judgment Day. To take it a step further, setting up a possible, definitely setting up a father versus son match, which is why I think AEW rushed a father versus son match with Billy Gunn versus Colton Gunn or whatever, whichever gun it was. So this way, like WWE can't say, well, we had the first ever or the first father versus son match in a long time. So AEW kind of beat WWE to that because WWE has been building this for such a long time now, and we know it's coming. We know it's happening. Rey Mysterio can still go, but does he want to, have his career for that much longer? So I really think that we're going to definitely get Dominic versus Rey Mysterio at some point, father versus son. And I think there could be something big on the line, like a mask or even a retirement involved. Maybe Survivor Series. Really, I mean, we're in September now. October, November, December, January, February, March, April. You're really going to be building up Rey versus Dominic for 7 months. Should Dominic turn? So I think maybe they do retirement match at some point, or father versus son definitely by Survivor Series. So what do you think? Do you think our predictions are like right? I think it's happening. Like I think it's finally happening. We've been talking about this for 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's something that everybody will eventually see coming. I personally find so the heel turn I'll be fine with. If the kid's ready, the kid's ready. You know what I mean? But joining the Judgment Day, I know they've been teasing it with the whole like take the chair and hit Rey. I kind of find it because it's so predictable, it makes it boring to me. I like to be surprised with things, and because I do wrestling and I know those little secrets, like I want to be surprised with something real. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I totally get that. I mean, we know it's going to happen at some point.
And it doesn't make it
intriguing part. The intriguing part is we've been waiting for this for a long time now. Like every time we think Dom is going to turn at SummerSlam and WrestleMania. Every time we think this is going to turn, it never happens. So like, I wouldn't be shocked if Dominic doesn't turn this Saturday and they kind of slow burn this. But I don't think that's the case. I think Dominic is definitely turning this Saturday. And I'm going to pop because I'm going to be like, finally, we got the turn. So they've kind of kept us on our feet with this. That's the the thing that doesn't really bore me as much. So waiting for it. We're waiting for it. It's anticipating. But no, I totally get that.
Yeah. I don't know. Is this 6-man tag confirmed?
It is not a 6-man. It's Edge and Rey Mysterio versus Judgment Day and
Oh, you're right, because Rhea.
Dominic.
I'm waiting for them to do the intergender matches.
Rhea, and that's probably going to happen eventually. Rhea is going to be on the outside with Judgment Day, and Dominic's going to be on the outside accompanying Edge and Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, there's mind games to be played in that with manager roles. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple to predict that probably, getting Judgment Day to get that cheap win over, the veterans. And, I'm going to say it again, the new old guys putting over the new guys, and then getting that heel turn, adding the extra member. Then where do you go with them from there? You know what I mean? Like, are they finally going to, try to go after titles, or, is Finn Balor going to go after the Bobby Lashley in the U.S. title, or what?
Yeah, I'm not sure where they go. We obviously know where they go with the Dominic turn, but then where does that leave Edge? Like, what does he do?
Yeah,
what does he do after this? So that's what I'm curious about. Like, how are they going to end that? Because, I don't think Judgment Day is going away anytime soon.
No,
not this year.
No, I don't know. I feel like it's far away to call on what they're trying to do with them, but I don't know. I'm reading up a lot, and people are getting bored of Judgment Day ever since Edge dropped out. I feel like it's not as good and it doesn't really fit. But I don't know. I have Judgment Day winning.
Yeah.
So I feel like it'll be a good match too.
Sometimes it takes time to really build up a stable like that.
Yeah. You need the right people. You have the right people.
Yeah.
Edge was still the leader, you would probably be in a better position. But it is.
We could thank Vince for that. Anyhow, Riddle versus Seth Rollins. This is going to be, if there's any match stealer that's going to take place, I think it's going to be this. Monday night, man, the banter and the rhetoric going back and forth. Riddle dropping the F-bombs, Seth Rollins getting personal and bringing up Riddle's divorce and family. And that was crazy, but I was excited about that because I haven't seen anything like that in a while. Then WWE got a little bit creative with the parking lot, with the altercation in backstage. And so it's just that WWE, Triple H, Paul Heyman, they booked a great program here with those two guys this past Monday night. And so this had the wrestling world buzzing. The IWC was buzzing the next day on Twitter about this. And USA Network, I think somebody said from USA Network said they should do it more often. Dude, with Riddle dropping the F-bombs.
It got a pop. I saw so much on social media that this the big step, and because they're two really talented guys. When it comes to mic work, I think they really it felt real. You know what I mean? I like when wrestling feels real. It's not hey, go out and say this. It's, hey, these are two guys that don't like each other, and they're mad at each other, and they really, really want to beat each other up, and it's real, and that's what I like. I like when wrestling makes sense. That made sense.
I know. It's like they have a reason to fight. They have a reason to fight this week. It's not like it was just thrown together. This has been a build that's been going on for a while, and Triple H has continued running with the program and has done an excellent job. I'm not too sure if the feud ends here or not, to be honest with you.
So
But I'm really not too sure. I'm not too sure if creative is going to go the traditional route by maybe doing like 2 or 3 matches and the last match being like a steel cage match or something. I have a feeling that we get a no decision because I'm having trouble. I'm really having trouble picking a winner here.
I think Riddle's gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
Which also, like, didn't they give him his first name back?
Yeah, so they slipped in Matt Riddle on Monday night.
Yeah. I mean, I think, like, a lot of things are coming back. Like, Triple H is like, hey, I didn't like my father-in-law taking away my guys' names, But,
Vince screwed up a lot of what, and like
yeah.
I don't want to say necessarily screwed up. I mean, I'm trying to like not, but he changed a lot of Triple H's work once Vince pulled guys from NXT.
Yeah.
But anyhow, and did you hear the big rumor? Like it has not been confirmed.
On Monday?
About Monday, this Monday, I've been hearing that we are getting, and a couple of wrestling websites were reporting it that it's confirmed that Braun Strowman is coming back this Monday.
I did hear that. I heard
so, you know what my rule of thumb is? My rule of thumb is unless John Alba or Sean Ross Sapp reports it, I take it all with a grain of salt. Ringside News, especially, they're the worst. But if Sean Ross Sapp or John Alba reports it, that it's happening,
Sean Ross Sapp,
then I know it's happening.
guy.
What happened?
Sean Ross Sapp is a smart guy, I think.
Well, you know what? It's not even like he is a smart guy, but he doesn't jump the gun. Like he gets his him, like John Alba. They don't jump the gun. Like they dig and confirm with many sources whether something is true or not. They're there. They have more access to WWE, AEW backstage than almost anybody in the business. So does Dave Meltzer, but Dave Meltzer doesn't report stuff the right way all the time, to be honest. But Dave Meltzer, one of the worst. He's one of the worst. But Sean Ross Sapp, one of my favorite, because he's not going to report something if he isn't too sure if it's legit or not. So I'm waiting for Sean Ross Sapp to report if Braun Strowman is in fact showing up on Monday. I believe it's true though. So yeah. What's going on? Isaac, thank you for jumping in. Feel free to drop your predictions. We are right now talking about Clash at the Castle. We just talked about Edge and Rey Mysterio versus Judgment Day, how we believe that Dominic is turning, and we're going to get a feud with that. We also covered Gunther versus Sheamus. We believe that's going to be a car crash. Any predictions you have, feel free to drop in the comments. We will address them. Thank you for joining. Moving on. So, yeah. I believe Riddle's going to win, but I also believe it could be a no decision. You say Riddle's going to win.
I would.
And I've also heard that WWE, I mean, the Triple H formula is he doesn't do rematches after rematches. So this could be like a one and done. Oh, okay. Isaac, I see that. I see that comment. I'm going to post that in just a little bit when we get to that. That is something we're definitely going to hit on about a prediction during the Clash at the Castle. Kind of a tough one to really call, but not. I'm just not too sure where they're going with that yet. But yeah, hang tight. We are going to address that for sure. Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka versus Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. You gotta go. There's no titles on the line here. you gotta go Bailey, Dakota Kai, Io Sky. You gotta give them the win. They're new stable.
Yeah.
Because if they don't win, they're kind of, getting buried too quick. I think I don't think Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Asuka need the win here, especially no titles online.
Yeah, I mean,
You got to go the other way.
It's pretty self-explanatory. Like, Bailey's leading this group, and it seems like Triple H really wants it to go over big, and they did have a very big impact when they came and all returned at SummerSlam, and like they're doing good with what they're doing, and I think they're going to continue to do good, and giving them a win over, the main baby faces on Raw is the one way to do that. Pretty simple.
I'm surprised there's no Raw title match here for the women, but
They don't need to. They got 6 women instead of 2, and they have Rhea, but Rhea's not wrestling for some reason, and she's Australian. Never mind.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's resting from like that, like just a slight injury she had, but she's in a program with Judgment Day, Edge, and Rey Mysterio anyway. So, Rey Mysterio, Rhea may get her shine within a couple months, but maybe quite possibly winning a Women's Royal Rumble. But I think that Triple H is high on Rhea. So, but we got the SmackDown Women's Championship match. We're getting that match. Liv Morgan defending against Shayna Baszler. So here's the thing. Shayna Baszler, she's done really great work. She's knocked it out of the park. I think Shayna Baszler is going to come up just a little short. I think Liv Morgan's going to win. Liv Morgan just got this title 2 months ago. So I don't think you take the belts off this soon. I don't think you do it. Keep building her up. A win over Shayna, even if Liv Morgan just gets by, making with Shayna losing, it'll make Shayna still look good. But that would push Liv Morgan a little more. I think it would be a huge win to, kind of add to the success of this current title run that she's on right now. On the flip side, I got Liv Morgan winning, but Shayna Baszler is Triple H's girl, so there should not be any shock if Shayna does pull out the W here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
But what do you got?
So I have Liv winning, but I think it's gonna be some cheesy roll up. It's just gonna be like, her.
You think it's gonna be like a win out of nowhere?
Yeah. What is it? She has the submission. It's basically like Kirifuda clutch is what she calls it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know if you've seen like on social media, like Liv has been training with like Riddle.
Yeah.
And how to just back roll out of it and pin. That's gonna be the finish, no doubt about it. I would put money on it probably. I don't see her pinning her clean off of a move. I think it's just gonna be the submission reversal, 1, 2, 3. Maybe they pull something cheesy with her shoulders up and the ref doesn't see it, leading to another match and possibly then Shayna taking it off of her. But I don't see Liv walking out without the title.
Yeah, no, I definitely got Liv winning. Like I said, I have Liv barely getting by.
That's like,
so it could be like a quick roll up, just like you said. And Shayna, for all we know, could dominate most of the match, which I wouldn't doubt.
I don't like seeing Liv getting squashed.
That's who gets squashed, so we'll come out with the win.
Yeah, no, but Ronda. So if Ronda can squash her, why wouldn't Shayna squash her?
Yeah.
It could be something similar like that. But then again, like, why are you putting your women's champion in squash matches? That knows what they're doing and trying not to make them look like crap.
Liv Morgan is nursing the work injury on her arm, so she's going into it already injured and making kind of making it feel like she's the underdog coming in with an injury.
Always
So,
is.
so the story is there for Shayna to exploit that arm and kind of dominate for a while. I'm not saying I Liv Morgan's going to get some offense in. I'm just saying, like, there's going to be a big part of the match where Shayna is just going to go to town on arm and attempt to win with the armbar. But I got I got Liv winning by like a quick roll up or somehow clean.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so yep, it is time to talk about the undisputed WWE Universal Championship match. So, as far as we know, it's for 2 titles. It's for the both. There's been a lot of rumors about brand splits and what have you. I just yeah, I'm not gonna get started on that right now. But supposedly the brand split was talked about to be held sometime this month or in October, and apparently those plans have been put on the back burner, maybe for next year. So we'll see. Roman Reigns defending against Drew McIntyre. So there's a little bit to unpack here. Tommy and I have been discussing, mostly Tommy, basically predicted Drew McIntyre being in the finals, in the championship match in Cardiff, Wales, this Saturday for months. And long and behold, it's happening. Roman Reigns is now a 2-year title holder, mostly the Universal Championship. It's got that other one a couple months ago. But so this is I hear a lot of complaints with USA being jelly that the title is not on USA every week and it's on Fox. So I'm hearing that Roman Reigns may want some time off. There are a lot of particulars here, a lot of moving parts here as far as what they can do. Keep in mind, creative may want to pull off something similar to a SummerSlam '92 and have Drew McIntyre get the win to get that UK pop, which I think is very possible. I don't know if you've seen on Twitter. I'll have to send it to you. But Drew McIntyre with the old music.
Dude, he posted on Instagram.
Yep. It is possible that Drew McIntyre is coming back with his old music.
That's something that would pop me.
I think it's happening. So I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff to think about with this match. And I didn't really get a chance to brainstorm it before going live. But just different variables lead me to believe that Drew McIntyre is winning this title.
He has too much momentum.
He's got momentum right now.
He's too much momentum not to win.
A couple months ago, I would have thought you got to keep Drew McIntyre away from this title. Like you can go backtrack on various episodes, and like a couple months, and I told everybody that, listen, Drew McIntyre should not be the guy to take the belts off of Roman Reigns. I feel like it should be somebody new, like an Austin Theory or a Gunther or Braun Breaker, which he's been down in NXT for so long right now. I just felt like with Roman Reigns losing, having the belt for so long, for 2 years now, that like you can't waste this title loss to just give it to just anybody. Because when Roman loses, it's gonna be a special moment. And let me tell you, Roman's gonna get it like an ovation too. Don't think he won't. I think he will. He's had some phenomenal run. but you can't just give this win to just anybody, because this is like the type of match where the person that beats Roman is instantly made. Drew McIntyre did not have that momentum a couple months ago. He has some momentum now. And he had a banger match with Kevin Owens. So he's got the momentum.
Oh man,
I have a feeling Drew is going to pull this one out. I don't know how. And we have Isaac commented a couple minutes ago, and I told you guys I would get to the comment. Bold prediction for Clash that I think Bray shocks everyone and costs Roman the title.
listen,
It could happen.
I get excited.
But I'm not holding my breath on it.
Yeah, no, neither am I. I think Braun. I don't know. Them like putting the attention on Braun Strowman takes away from a return from Bray Wyatt or The Fiend. I think do one or the other, and I think Braun Strowman's more likely at the moment. But then again, like, it's like, I don't think.
Well, Bray's returning, I think it's going to be a surprise. They're trying to keep that under a wrap. I think they're gonna try to keep that under wrap. Whenever he comes, I don't know, but I think it's gonna be a surprise.
I saw a clip from a Raw or SmackDown. I think it was a SmackDown actually. It was like Drew was walking in the backstage area, and there was like a garbage can with smoke coming out of it, with like lights, and they were like having like a lot of weird stuff happening in the background, and people thought it was connecting to the Fiend. I don't know. I don't watch. I just saw it on Instagram or TikTok or whatever it was.
I missed that.
I'll probably
because I know there's been like weird stuff happening with like on Raw with Dexter Loomis and crashing cars and like weird stuff happening backstage that I know that was tied to Dexter Loomis.
So
but this is a new one. I didn't see that.
I know Triple H likes his mind games.
Bring it. I like mind games too.
And Bray likes his mind games, and I don't know. I don't think it's likely. I think the most likely outcome of the match is Reigns wins clean, Drew wins clean over Reigns and walks out, or Drew wins clean over Reigns and Theory cashes in on Drew. And
that's what I'm thinking. And that was the scenario, one of the scenarios we put together.
Gets a lot of heat. The big hometown crowd pop. Drew won the Undisputed titles. And then Theory comes in and ruins the party. And good heat.
Oh, gosh. He would have nuclear heat. Let me tell you something.
Ooh,
if Austin Theory cashes in, he's gonna have nuclear heat. I'll tell you that much. Like WWE is gonna have to send escorts and security. They're gonna have security around Austin Theory the whole rest of the time in London. Like people are gonna go after him. I'm talking from the arena to the car, from the car to the hotel. Like he is gonna get it, and they better have security ready for that. That crowd is going to riot if Austin Theory cashes in this weekend. And I gotta tell you one thing, but go on. What you were gonna say?
Sorry. So it makes more sense for Theory to cash in on Drew than for him to cash in on Roman. It doesn't make Roman look bad, even if he makes it a triple threat and he pins Drew. Like, it's still heat. You know what I mean? Like, I think Theory winning the titles, feuding with Drew for a couple shows, Roman taking his break, having, Theory and Drew, which hasn't happened yet from what I know. You know, it's something fresh. It's something new. It gets him over, and I know that's the one thing that I feel Vince wanted Triple H to not waste is the Money in the Bank cash in and making Austin Theory world champion. I think one thing Vince McMahon was like, you this happen, you could change whatever else you want, but make him champion.
Now check this out. Here's the thing with that. Notice how creative has taken the attention away, because going into SummerSlam, you had Austin Theory constantly telling the champ and challenger he's going to cash into SummerSlam. He's going to cash in, and he was very integrated into that whole main event scenario with Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, and comes cashing in, but whatever. But notice that WWE Creative is taking the attention off of that. I guess maybe WWE Creative wants to kind of make us forget in a way that Austin Theory and Austin Theory is have us thinking Austin Theory is not going to cash in. He's integrated in something else with Johnny Gargano. But notice like Austin Theory hasn't been coming out and confronting like a Drew McIntyre lately. I guess just really because maybe they want to make it a surprise. So I'm led to believe that Austin Theory is probably going to cash in. WWE Creative is taking the attention off of that possibility, which is what I love. And because of that, I feel like Austin Theory is going to cash in this Saturday for sure. Or attempt.
I think it's a possibility. I'm not saying it's a huge possibility.
Yeah.
I think if I were to put money on the table, I would put money on Roman. I would think, because honestly, I did forget about the Gargano Theory altercation. I think Gargano and Theory will have their little mess around to like kind of make people think that Theory is not still thinking about Roman and the world titles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And kind of like, let's put Theory out of the title picture. Let's give him a rivalry with Gargano. That writes itself. And then when people least expect it, have him cash in. But not on Roman. He has to pin someone else. I'm so set on that. He cannot pin Roman. I think it makes Roman look bad, and I think having him pin somebody that beats Roman at a triple threat, have him pin the other guy, kind of like how Seth did to Brock and Roman at Mania 31. He didn't pin Brock. He pinned the challenger, and Brock went away. I don't think Brock went away a lot for a long time, but it was like, don't make the champion look bad, and especially with Roman with his long reign. I don't know. I have Roman winning. I think if they're doing anything, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. I'm just going crazy at this point.
I really think something big's going to happen. I'm not too sure if I see Roman walking out. I mean, I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised if he walks out. He's already got to the 2-year mark.
So I guess we got a split decision, huh?
I think we got a split decision here. I really think there's definitely going to be some shenanigans. It's UK. I think this is going to be a buzzworthy show. This isn't going to be just like any show in Saudi Arabia. Like, this is huge. And it's hard for me. Like, some people are picking Roman, but their heart really wants to say Drew. So especially with everything on Instagram with Drew posting his new music. Oh, well, not his new music, but his old music. And I have a feeling Drew is going to win. But then what happens after that win? Or Austin Theory integrates himself into the match during the match when both guys are down, making it a triple threat.
Yep.
So
We'll
that could
see.
happen too. But that is pretty much the clash of the clash. I almost said Clash of the Champions because we've known it for years. Clash of the Champions, but Clash of the Castle. That wraps up Clash of the Castle. We're gonna segue really quick. We don't have a lot of time to All Out. I want to go running tonight. It's like almost 10 p.m. Hoping to get a run in. So we'll see if that happens. But I don't think we're gonna run down every match here, but this was some crazy stuff. The AEW Championship, Jon Moxley versus CM Punk, your world title match, which was finalized yesterday on Dynamite. This is just a weird build. Like, I feel like they took the title off of Punk just so that they can give him his title win in Chicago.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where they're going with this. It makes zero, like, it is just weird. Like, I can't, like, this is just weird. Like, they take the title off of Punk due to an injury, well, interim, and then you have him on Dynamite 2 weeks ago, losing to Moxley, which had the wrestling world buzzing.
No point.
Yeah, but you know what? Listen, it had the wrestling world buzzing, and it had it took maybe a little bit of attention away from WWE. Well, definitely for that night and maybe the next day. With Moxley as the new champion, I didn't see that coming. I thought the match was going to end in like somebody interfering, and then maybe they would have to run it back. You give Jon Moxley the win. He's the undisputed title. Nobody has any clue what's happening with CM Punk. If it's a real injury, if it's a work, if it's because of backstage stuff going on. Will we ever see Punk again? This is all we were hearing for a week. Then they do what they do yesterday. Now all of a sudden Punk wants a rematch. That was a great promo by Punk too, by the way. So now we're getting Punk versus Moxley in Chicago. The way this is built, it's hard for me to predict against Punk right here. Right? I think somehow Punk is winning, possibly with a heel turn.
I mean, I don't know who's facing who's heel in AEW anymore. You know what I mean?
Moxley's kind of been like the Austin Aura babyface.
No,
like Austin like babyface.
Obviously, like Moxley works baby everywhere, but like, and Punk's supposed to be baby too, but Punk's, I don't know, with the whole squash from like on Dynamite, like made Moxley look like a heel. And Punk,
well, the match was continuing.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's what they do. The Fight Club.
Yeah, I don't watch AEW.
Moxley doesn't get paid by the hour.
You know what I mean? But like, it's weird. Like, obviously, Punk's probably gonna win. But then, like, what is Moxley gonna do? And is Punk really still injured, quote unquote? You know what I mean? There's a lot of altercations that make like the outcome very questionable. But I don't know. Punk's probably gonna win. It's in Chicago, so Chicago's a good crowd.
Yeah, House of Black versus Darby Allin, Sting and Miro. Miro just joined Darby Allin and Sting the other night, which I'm not too sure if I trust Miro here.
That's another thing. Miro walks.
I'm not too sure if
comes back and is targeting a heel group and as a babyface. Now you're saying you don't trust him. I don't get the heel thing.
I'm not too sure, like, if I trust Miro aligning with Darby Allin and Sting. Like, I feel like there's a possibility he could turn and join House of Black.
I don't think so.
It would be a weird pairing though, but I don't have House of Black. I don't think that's just a possibility. I'm gonna say like 25% chance, if that. But I got Allen and Sting winning in Miro.
I don't know. I feel like it's something like
Maybe Miro's wife comes back
that's
to
a good.
take care of Julia Hart.
Oh yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I don't
It'd be a
know.
way to bring her in.
Maybe.
Miro's been referencing his wife for months.
Yeah, but I don't think like House of Black should be in a position to lose. Personally, for me, I think you give the win to House of Black and then have Miro go 1-on-1 with Malachi Black and get the win over him,
Mm-hmm.
or try to maybe take out Brody King, Buddy Matthews, then to get to Malachi and try to get him to go through everybody. I don't know, bringing out whatever she's gonna be called, whether it's Lana, CJ Perry, or whatever she's gonna be called, but I think it's a good chance, but I don't know. I don't think it's needed.
Ricky Starks versus Powerhouse Hobbs. I'm not too sure how you book this, where they're going with this. I think you got to give the win to Ricky Starks. Do I think he's going to win? Probably not. It's probably going to be Hobbs.
Yeah, I think
And I have a feeling that won't end just there. But
not at all.
Ricky Starks has got a lot of talent. Like he
Right?
has the it. There's just something that I feel like he just needs to, he's kind of like young Rock, so he needs to kind of just continue to develop his character more, in my opinion. He's got the look, he's got the in ring. I think he needs to develop more. Given the win would definitely help him out a lot. Hobbs is a big dude. It would be a legitimate win. But I have a feeling they're going to Hobbs here. Christian Cage versus Jungle Boy, which has been a pretty interesting. Jungle Boy's like Jack Perry is gonna come for you this Sunday. So I thought that's pretty cool. They kind of have to eventually get away from that Jungle Boy persona, or just shy away from it a little more to just make Jungle Boy Jack Perry, a little bit more believable, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Especially as Jungle Boy gets older. He's in his early to mid 20s. But I think I got Jungle Boy winning.
I agree.
I think I got Jungle Boy winning. TBS Championship, Jade Cargo versus Athena. I'm not too sure if Athena is going to be the one to beat Jade Cargo. Jade Cargo is so super green in the ring. I don't get how they started this streak, and I don't get why they skyrocketed her. And she's got the look.
I don't like her.
She's had some good moments on the mic. I love when she rips on Tony Schiavone, telling him to cut your you know what. That gets me every time. I laugh at that. I love that. But then the bell rings. And then Jade Cargill is just not that great. I mean, she's shown signs of improvement over time, and hopefully Athena is a good dance partner for her. Athena is a veteran. I think Athena could help make her look good. But Jade Cargill's not losing. I mean, they want to build this streak up. That's what AEW. That's what Khan wants. He wants to build this streak and make this title run legit. And kind of like they're giving her the Goldberg push. Let's just say that. So, TBS Championship, Jade Cargill, not losing. Moving on. Ladder match for the AEW Championship: Claudio versus Ray Phoenix versus Rush versus Dante Martin versus Andrade El Idolo versus Penta versus Wheeler Yuta, and a mystery entrance. Don't think for 1 second the mystery entrance is not going to be anybody big. It's probably going to be somebody from like Ring of Honor or Impact, maybe a W Morrissey or something like that. But out of the field, and then Claudia is already Ring of Honor champion. So out of the fields of what we're seeing with this ladder match, between Claudia, Ray Finis, Rouge, Dante Martin, Andrade, I think Andrade gets the win here. I think you start a program with Andrade versus Jon Moxley. I think that'd be great.
What's the match for?
The winner of this ladder match gets an AEW title shot.
Sure, Andrade, I guess.
Yeah.
Andrade opponent. I don't know. I don't know why Jonathan.
Rouge could be a pretty good pick against Moxley too.
I don't know.
I'm not high on Rouge, but I think it could be a good matchup. It would make sense.
Yeah, I don't know why for like mystery opponent Jonathan Gresham came to mind. With his recent turn, I feel like Gresham Moxley would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like you said, Ring of Honor guys coming in.
How about Okada?
Yeah,
New Japan guys. Let's see Okada.
Why not?
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Help build up the New Japan product. Highlight Okada a little bit. That'd be great. I didn't see Forbidden Door, by the way. I didn't order it.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I'm pretty sure. I think Okada was in that pay-per-view, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he was in the fatal. Adam Cole, Okada, and
I think this is going to be a pretty easy one. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks versus the other. Actually, I honestly don't even know. Like, there's 2 teams left that are on Rampage fighting. Do we know who that is?
Dark Order and the Best Friends.
Okay. I think you go Best Friends winning on Rampage, and but in the end, regardless, I got Kenny Omega and Young Bucks winning. This tournament was built for them to be the first trios title holders.
Boring.
Part of the reason why the trios title is being introduced now is because, and not sooner, it's because they're waiting for Kenny Omega to get back.
Yeah.
So Kenny Omega, it's gonna be it's gonna be good. But we know Kenny and Young Bucks are winning. Interim AEW Women's Championship, Toni Storm versus Jamie Hayter versus Hikaru Shida versus Britt Baker as the interim will eventually have to go against Thunder Rosa. You know what? I would like to see Toni Storm win here. That'd be very interesting. Maybe they can revisit Britt Baker, win the interim, and then run it back with Britt Baker getting the belt back from Thunder Rosa.
I finally get the Britt Baker Jade Cargo split.
You didn't get that?
I'm possibly give the title to Britt and then make Jade Cargo a babyface and go after Britt for the time being, throwing Toni in there every now and then. I don't know. I think Toni's probably going to win. She has the most momentum. She's supposed to probably beat Thunder Rosa. But I don't know. That's the way they're building it. I feel like that's probably going to happen.
And we'll probably have Toni Storm hold that belt till Final Revolution? Is that what it's called? Revolution? Whoever's watching, help me out here. What's the name of that?
Revolution is
it Revolution?
Yeah, it's Revolution. I don't know if Final Revolution.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. The next one's Full Gear.
Full Gear.
Okay. Which is rumored to be November 19th in the Newark Prudential Arena, New Jersey. Newark, New Jersey. I might. Thank you, Dave. I might consider going to that. Maybe. I'm already going to Survivor Series a week later. Obviously, I need money for that trip.
Yeah.
So we'll see. That's very, very close. Two events that are close together. Um, yeah, I gotta see. It's actually probably not likely. Because I gotta work that Sunday, November 20th, in order to have Saturday, November 26th. Everybody automatically has Thanksgiving Day off. So that blocks me from having both Saturday and Sunday. So for Thanksgiving week, since I'm off Thanksgiving, I'm forced to choose between November 20th on Sunday or the 26th on Saturday. So I chose to have the 26th off. So I go to Boston, which means I have to work on the 20th, and it's Sunday. The way these AEW pay-per-views go, and we're gonna get to that in a second before we close. They go on to 12 at night. By the time I get home, it's gonna be 2 a.m. Gotta be at church by like 9 o'clock that day, and then work after that. Full gear, tempting, but not likely at the moment.
They-
We'll see.
That's a big problem.
What happened?
I said they do go very late, and I think it's a big problem in me.
That is a huge problem. We're gonna address that in a second. Bryan Danielson first, Chris Jericho. Now we see the storyline with Daniel Garcia being conflicted now, kind of sort of turning babyface, and Jericho saying, "Well, you're a you're an entertainer," and Daniel Bryan saying, "You're a wrestler," and Daniel Garcia being conflicted and possibly kind of acting like a tweener, maybe about to turn babyface, or maybe this is all a ruse by Jericho Appreciation Society. Daniel Garcia helps Jericho win. I'm thinking Jericho's going to beat Daniel Bryan this Sunday. What do you think?
Yeah, I also had Jericho. I don't think it's gonna be like. I don't think Garcia is gonna help him, but I think like
Maybe Garcia will be there and then taken out of the equation somehow.
yeah, I feel like it's gonna be something like I don't know. The rest of the Jericho Appreciation Society is gonna get involved, and like even like Jake Hager, the tag team, like the old 2.0. And then like who else do they have? Sammy. I don't know. Sam. I don't know what Sammy. But I don't know.
Sammy is basically busy unionizing with his wife Ty Conti right now because he just got married. Beautiful, beautiful union. You know, the two shall come together and make a beautiful union of a family. So they're basically unionizing right now. You know, getting to know each other, and you know, he hasn't been heavily integrated into the storyline so much. Very big possibility that Sammy Guevara could get involved too, along with uh, Hager and what have you.
Yeah, he's also trying to duck Eddie Kingston right now.
Yeah.
If you haven't heard about that. But yeah, a lot can happen. It's classic every AEW show. You're gonna have a run in every single match. So I don't know.
So that basically wraps up the predictions. We're gonna wrap up the show in about 4 minutes. Okay. But for those of you guys that are watching, make sure you subscribe, like, share this with your friends and family that like wrestling. It's Thursday night. There's plenty of time for them to watch this prediction show before Saturday and Sunday arise. So make sure you share it out. And feel free to leave any comments over the next minute or so. Any predictions that you might have. But on this AEW card, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 matches. Are you freaking kidding me? AEW
Big
is putting
roster.
out 14 matches. And like even the last time, like they had it timed out. Like this is gonna be a 4.5 hour pay-per-view. This is gonna be 4.5 hours.
I'm not watching it.
It is they go non-stop. And if I'm a fan watching the pay-per-view and I'm watching AEW for the first time, I need to know why these guys are feuding with each other. There's not going to be any video packages or anything like that because AEW is going to assume that you watch Dynamite and Rampage and only their product when that may not necessarily be the case. So anyhow, there's no time to breathe in between matches and just let it settle in. No, they go match to match to match to match. Like it was kind of, don't get me wrong, the wrestling was great, but they don't give their matches enough time to breathe in between the matches, and sometimes it's rushed too as well. 14 matches Sunday night. Thank God I'm off the next day on Monday. I'm on vacation. But yeah, that is the one big gripe I have with AEW. They need to, I think Triple H, somewhere in the middle of the way Triple H books his shows and the way Tony Khan books his show, somewhere in the middle of that, I feel like 7 or 8 matches over a 3.5 hour span is perfect. It just gives the crowd time to take in the match that they just saw. It gives more time in between matches to do a small video package to show why these wrestlers are feuding. 14 matches on Sunday night. Whew, I don't know, man. And not to mention, you got NXT Worlds Collide, which we won't talk about now. But we got that, and that starts at 4. That ends at probably like around 6:30, 6:45. And then you're going to have 5 hours, maybe 5.5 hours of AEW. Sunday's going to be a long day, my friend. Maybe a long day.
I'm not watching it.
I'm going to watch it because obviously I got to talk about it. But
I wouldn't be my input.
It's gonna be. I know it's gonna be tough to watch, and I don't know why they're doing this many matches. Like it just makes no. It just makes no sense. And I get that they're trying to squeeze so much in. With they have 2 hours on Wednesday and 1 hour on Friday for Rampage, and they have such a big roster. First off, they need to skim down that roster. They need to skim it down and just kind of develop their identity.
Keep adding people.
It's not easy to keep up with. At least with NXT, you had 1 to 2 hours a week. For the longest time, it was 1 hour a week. So you basically had a rotation. Whoever was on 1 week wasn't on until 2 weeks later. So 1 week you have X amount of wrestlers, and then the week after they'd be different wrestlers. And that's what they did for the longest time, and it worked. And they had plenty of time to build to the NXT takeover and what have you. So yeah, AEW's got a ridiculously large roster. Like they need to get some identity on that roster really quick. It's just a lot to take in. You're trying to push out as much content as possible, and I get that. But at the same time, it gets convoluted at times. So they really got to clean that up. Chris, any last thoughts before we go?
No, man. I think we covered everything. I think both events are going to be pretty good. Also, Worlds Collide is looking pretty good. I know we're not going to get into that, but I feel like everybody's listen. If there's one thing I want you guys to take away from this, just enjoy a good weekend of wrestling. That's it.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great weekend of wrestling. I cannot wait. Those of you guys that are watching or about to watch, thank you so much for watching. We will be back. I'm not too sure what time on Saturday or Sunday, but we will be back with a post show at some point. Keep your eyes and ears open for that announcement. We'll have that figured out. We'll probably do a Clash post show immediately after, and then the All Out. I'll figure that out. That's a little bit of a tough spot, ending at 12:30. I'm not even going to be on premise right here to get started right away. But we'll see how that goes. But those of you guys that are watching, thank you so much for hopping on, and you guys all have a fantastic day. Or night, rather. It is 11 o'clock at night almost. Catch you guys later.
Bye.
Peace.